Hey everyone. So I am now working on the driver's side. Passenger side is pretty much done. Floor pan is in, frame rail is in, seat mounts, pocket, we're all good there. I can quickly just give you a spin around. Throwing on a bit of primer just to protect it. I know it's not, you know, completely sealed with primer, but it's better than being exposed direct to air, because what I found was the old steel that I've saved from the seat mounts, hello mosquito, was it just, you could tell it would just starting to pit rust again. So I sanded it all down again, and I used my acid etch to get whatever just to make sure that I was really getting as much possible rust as I could. And then I just did a self-etching corrosion-resistant primer just to seal it in the meantime while I get the driver's side done. My plan is to get the driver's side done and then strip all the paint and rust off of the trans tunnel and back towards the rear where I'm not changing any metal because it's just surface rust. Probably just in the driver passenger area for now. And then I'm going to hit it with an epoxy primer just to kind of put my stamp that this is done and I don't have to worry about rust, because I'm not, this project for me is something I do in my spare time. Some days or weeks I might not get out here much, so I don't want to have the car sit here and start to rust away all the stuff I've done to get rid of the rust, just to have it sit here and of course rust again. So like I said, I'm working on the driver's side now. Once this is done, I will do the epoxy primer, and I'll have a video of that as well. So right now, this time around, I left the front seat mount in just to keep some strength this way. This side is a lot worse, the inner and outer rocker, than the other side. I realized that the outer rocker wasn't even attached anymore to the inner rocker at the bottom. So it's very compromised area, and I don't want to have anything flex or bend. I got a couple 2x4s. I left the trans tunnel cross brace there, and I put a 2x4 there. I've got, in the front, in the rear, holding everything up. I still got this in place. I'm just trying not to lean or do anything too much on this. So right now, I'm just basically working my way around the area that the new floor pan will sit and get everything back to decent metal. Right now I've already cut out this section here. You can see I've got some magnets holding up my new piece. I believe it's pretty close to where I want it. I'm looking right here, and there's just a small area. If I sand it down, over here will match up better. So I'm going to take care of that, and then I'm going to spot weld it in and then weld it all the way around. So you will see that now. So let's go. We have the inner rocker, the lower inner rocker, now repaired. I still have to grind down the welds so they're flush. But all in all, she's done. I left a small piece here. It was good metal, and it gave me a guide to where I need to know where these pieces match up. Like I said, I can't do a full bend on this. I don't have a brake, and even bending this small piece here was a pain in the arse. So there's a little bit of surface rust on that. That'll grind off once I get everything done and smooth. So the lower rocker is done. This top part I'll do after. Right now what I'm working on is repairing this side panel here. So it's rusted back, there's dents and holes all the way back here, and on the other side it's pretty bad right up at the seam. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side I did on the other side, where I'm going to cut it back to here and then down to about here, and then underneath as well, just to repair this inner wall. So one thing I was happy is I saved my template from the other side, because I also had to do this one because it was all rusted out, and I saved my template, so I just adjusted it a little bit because the other side isn't as far gone, so I can just cut a new section and be able to slap that on. That's where we are. So I've got my replacement piece right here, and she shall go right here. I've already marked it out, and down here is already cut, and I'll just cut out this section, and this piece will fit right snug in there and be able to be welded in and replace all that rusted out holey stuff. And I'll just re-drill a new hole for the drainage that goes there. So here we go. So I'm going to do the plug welds now. You can see I've used my plug weld bit to drill out the wall and not touch the inner one. So I've just done a bunch, and I'm just going to go along and pinch on either side with my pliers and plug weld each one as I go, and that way everything is together and finished. And then I'll grind it down completely flat so that when I put my outer rocker on, I can do the same thing and just plug weld again all the way along. Weld. Well done. Well, if you don't want to stay on, They actually have a, for anyone who wants to spend extra money on the tool, they actually have a pair of pliers that has a tooth in the middle that you can actually rest your MIG welder in, and it's a plug welding pair of pliers. But I don't have it. So it's the pretty much end of the day. I'm done for today, I think. So I just wanted to go over everything we got done. The side panel is finished. It is welded and sanded down to the inner rocker, so it is all now one piece. Which looks good. Did more sanding on the inner rocker. I'm not going to worry too much about this here. Maybe I'll sand it down a bit more, but this all gets covered with vinyl and whatnot. Got it all clean in there. Got the hole cut out for the water drainage. And then I started on the the frame rail. Had a brain fart there. Started on the frame rail. This is all that's left of my original frame rail, just this piece. It had a hole here, so that was cut out and patched, and I just put some weld-through primer on it after sanding it down. And I did some work in the back underneath where the frame rail is going to go. I just ground down everything and sprayed a little weld-through primer. And then my frame rail, I'm just going to set you down over here. My frame rail, what I did with the last one and this one, the lip is just weld-through primer, just to kind of protect it somewhat. But then in the middle down here is self-etching primer, paint, and of course the overspray from the weld-through, because I don't really care how it looks. No one's going to see it, but I do want it protected in case there's any moisture that gets in there. And then up in here as well, through primer as well. Again, just to give it some protection till I can get it up there and all welded nice and in. So that'll be for tomorrow. But for now, we made a good dent in the car. Once this goes up, I'm going to pop off the cross member for the floor seat and start fitting the floor. So that's going this weekend. Hey y'all, so that's it for this video. We got that sidewall done and the rocker done. Next video will be the Bad Dog frame rail. I go on a little bit about the modifications I had to do to get it to fit right. You know, your mileage may vary on that one. Every vehicle's different. So we'll be doing, the frame rail and hopefully the floor pan as well in the next video, but we'll see how that goes. And then the same thing, the seat mounts have to be redone, the seatbelt pocket as well. So anyway, like, subscribe for more videos. They are coming now. And see you later. Have a good one, guys. I'm out.